going to make a fun craft that is good for all ages. We are going to make this fun t-shirt bag for you to carry around. Basically, you need 3 basic tools. You need a pencil, a pair of fabric scissors or scissors, and a ruler. Those and a t-shirt. Those are what you need to make a basic bag. When we get to decorating, I'll show you a little more of the things that you can use. Here I just have an old t-shirt that we don't wear anymore. And the first thing that you need to do is to make the handles. To make the handles, you have to cut off the sleeve. So every sleeve on a t-shirt on the inside has this seam. What you want to do when you cut off your sleeve, instead of just chopping it off, you want to cut down to the seam, just like that. And then you're going to want to cut next to the seam and not cut the seam off, so that your sleeve will have a nice straight even edge. Sometimes it takes a minute just to get it started. You gotta make sure your scissors get in between where that seam is so that you can cut it correctly. If you have nice sharp scissors, it is very helpful in this process. And you just keep snipping until you get the whole sleeve cut off. And then this is what it'll look like once you get the sleeve cut off, so that you will have handles for your bag. Now these are wide neck shirts, so you don't need to cut a hole to put your stuff in. If you had a narrower neck, you would need to cut a circle at the top, or a semicircle, so that you would have a hole big enough to put items in. After you have cut off the sleeves, which I'm not going to finish right now, you are going to turn your shirt inside out. And line up the bottom. After you line up the bottom, you're going to take your ruler and you are going to mark on your shirt. You're going to use a pencil because all of this is going to be on the inside, so it won't matter if you mark the shirt. So we're just going to mark every 1 inch. Okay, this one over here I already have started. So once you mark every 1 inch, you're going to take your scissors and you're just going to cut straight up each one. Try to cut them in strips about 3 inches. Is that about 3 inches? Yeah, about 3 inches up and 1 inch wide. Once you have them all cut, on the end, you're going to have a bigger piece because it's the side of the t-shirt. You're going to want to cut that in half. And then starting from there, you need to double knot each of the straps. One thing that I find helpful is if you hold this one back while you get the next two, it stops you from grabbing the wrong 2 hooks. So you would finish that all the way across, and once you get that finished, this is what it'll look like. So then you're going to grab the bottom, turn it inside out, and you have a bag. Now, you can leave it like this and just have a plain bag. You can use, like this one is just an old t-shirt that we had that already had a design on it. Or like this one that I did where you can paint on it, which is what I'm going to do now with the one I have here. There are lots of different tools that you can use to paint your shirt. I'm going to be using the fabric paint, but you can also use fabric glue, and I have these little jewels that you could use. You could use stencils to make different patterns and things on your bag. Or we also have like this puffy paint that you can put on your bag as well. The important thing when you are using the fabric paint board in between the two layers of your shirt, so that the paint doesn't bleed through to the other side. And the one thing that I do is I try to like center my neck, and then I pull it back so that I can pull it nice and tight. On my cardboard, so I have a nice tight surface to paint on. Now on this one here, I put library books. I think on this one I'm going to put, maybe I'll put Andrea's library bag. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my black paint, shake it a little. And if you're nervous about doing different letters or things like that, you can always use stencils for your letters. I'm just going to freehand. So here we go. We're going to start with my name. I'm doing it all in capitals because I like doing my name all in capitals. And when you do your first coat, it's going to look a little bit faded. I just did that wrong. Because you are going to do this in 2 coats. So you can see that I've written Andrea's library bag on. So I have gotten the first coat on the one that I'm making, and you can see it says Andrea's library bag. You can see how the letters are just a little bit faded. I actually put a second coat on the Y already. So I am going to go ahead and put a second coat on it, and then it will be finished. And if you use this type of fabric paint, you need to let it dry for 24 hours before you can pick it up or take it off the cardboard. So we're going to go ahead and finish up our second coat, let this dry, and at the end of the day, you'll have something that looks kind of like this, that you can carry anything around in. You just put your paints or your books or whatever you want inside your bag, and you can carry it around. You can carry it like this. You can put it on your shoulder and carry it like a purse. There's so many different things you can do with this, and I love that it is a no-sew project. No sewing needed. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoy. Anything that you try at home, if you could share a picture with the library so that we can see that you tried it, we'd love to see all of your t-shirt bags that you make out there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!